The story kicks off, and we see Will at the airport. Now, Will is a Wall Street businessman, and he's flying to Spain because his parents are waiting for him there. After a long time, Will is finally going to spend some quality time with his family. After a while, he lands in Spain and meets his father, Martin. They never really got along or connected. In fact, they've always been distant. They don't know much about each other because Martin was constantly missing from his life. That's why Will never truly understood his own father. And now, even though they're finally together, they can't stop arguing. They just never seem to agree on anything. Then, they reach the port, where we meet Will's mother, Lori. Lori is absolutely overjoyed to see her son and thrilled that her whole family will spend some time together. We also see Will's brother, Josh, who has brought his girlfriend along. They all start spending time together and have dinner that night.
This looks fantastic.
But Martin keeps noticing that Will is glued to his phone. He's not giving his family much attention at all. His phone rings constantly, which completely distracts everyone at the table. After a while, Martin starts worrying about something, but he ignores his feelings because he just doesn't want another fight to break out. But as soon as morning arrives, Martin takes the boat and heads out to the middle of the open sea just to get a good view. But Will is still on the phone and ignoring everything around him. Then, a stray stick comes flying and hits Josh's girlfriend. If Will had been paying attention, he could have easily saved her, but because he was distracted by his phone, he couldn't. Martin witnesses this and finally snaps. He grabs Will's phone and chucks it right into the sea. Will is furious, and here's where we learn the truth. His company has gone completely bankrupt. That's why he was so worried and desperately trying to fix everything. But now, he can't contact anyone because his phone is gone. Will explodes, shouting that he doesn't want to be with them anymore. After yelling this, he grabs his clothes and jumps into the water.
Hurry back, Will!
Heading for the city to clear his head. Meanwhile, Martin notices a small boat that has been following them since morning, and now it's circling their boat. This instantly tells him that something is very wrong. We then see Will, who comes back to the port a while later. He sees that their boat is missing and can't understand what happened. He walks over and asks the local fishermen where the boat could possibly have gone. They suggest he climb up a nearby mountain, telling him that from there, he can see the whole sea and figure out where the boat is. Will does exactly that, and as soon as he reaches the top of the mountain, he spots the boat. He quickly heads back to the floating boat, but after boarding, he realizes that no one from his family is on board. The boat is completely empty. Will starts panicking, knowing now that something terrible has happened to his family. He immediately runs to the police station and explains the whole situation.
Please, you gotta help me. Something's happened to my family. Tranquilo.
But no police officer pays any attention to him. Frustrated,
I'm Captain Pizarro. You are?
I'm Will Shaw.
he is visibly shocked. He immediately goes to his office and makes a flurry of phone calls. Will has no idea what's going on, but the chief suddenly says, "We will help you." They step back onto the seaport, but Will instantly feels something is wrong. All the police officers are acting incredibly strange, and everyone is staring at Will. His suspicion turns into alarm when he sees a stranger at the station who calls him by his name.
Will. Can I call you Will?
Clearly knowing everything about him. Then, the police officers start moving to grab Will and hand him over to this stranger. Will finally realizes that if he goes with them, he's in massive trouble. So, he bolts, steals a police car, and tries to escape as fast as he can. However, the police officers quickly catch up to him. But before they can arrest Will, Martin arrives and brutally beats down every single police officer. He then escapes with Will again. Will is totally bewildered by what just happened. Then, Martin tells him the insane truth. "I'm not an artist, I'm a CIA agent who has been working for them for the past 20 years. He explains that he has something very important that the CIA wants, which is why they are hunting him. Martin's phone rings, and a man tells him to meet somewhere. Martin takes Will to a secret apartment that no one knows about, and the place is fully stocked with guns. Seeing the arsenal, Will is shocked again. Martin tells him they are going to meet a woman named Carrick, who is his friend. After that, he sends a message to a man named Diego. Will is watching all of this very closely. As they drive, we see a sniper already positioned at the meeting spot where Martin is going to meet Carrick. Martin stops the car. They don't know Will is in the car, but Martin tells Will, "I don't want you to come out." He adds, "Carrick is my friend, but right now we can't trust anyone. You stay inside and make sure no one sees you." Martin then goes to meet Carrick. Carrick immediately tells him, "Those people have your family." She continues, "If you want your family back, then you will have to return that briefcase." Martin responds that he'll think about it and will get his family released soon. He then starts walking back toward his car. But before he can even open the door, the sniper assassinates Martin. Will bursts out of the car, completely devastated after watching his own father die. Martin's phone rings, but before Will can answer it, the sniper starts shooting at him. Will grabs Martin's gun and phone and runs.
Hello?
As soon as he answers the call, he realizes it's the kidnappers. They called Martin but refer to him as Tom, which totally confuses Will. The sniper is still chasing him, and then the police show up. The sniper kills one of the policemen, and the police wrongly assume Will did it. Will runs away, and all the police officers chase him. After a while, Will manages to trick them and hides in a public restroom. He cleans himself up and starts thinking about his next move. He gets an idea. He will go straight to the embassy and try to ask for help there. But they won't let him enter the embassy. So, he kills a guard and rushes inside. He speaks to the officer there and tells him that Martin was a CIA officer. The officer checks the details like a professional and says, "There was never a CIA officer by that name, you must have misunderstood." He then warns, "The police will be after you soon. We can't help you, we can only give you a lawyer who will fight your case." Will listens to all this and starts to leave. Then, he said that someone has come to meet him. Will goes downstairs and sees Carrick. Carrick says, "I am one of your father's best friends." She offers proof. "If you don't believe me, I can tell you about your childhood, the stories Martin only told his closest friends." After saying that, she drops the bombshell, "I won't hide this from you, your father was killed on my direct order." She then urges him, "If you want to know the truth, come and sit in my car. I will slowly explain everything that is happening and why." Will gets into Carrick's car. Carrick explains that Martin betrayed them and stole the briefcase. He was going to deceive the entire government, that's why we had to stop him. She adds, "But we still haven't retrieved that briefcase. So, we need your help to get it back." Hearing all this, Will realizes he's walking straight into a huge danger. He tells her he's not feeling well and needs to vomit. As soon as he gets out of the car, he starts running. Her people chase him, but Will manages to lose them and escape. He knows the police are still everywhere, so he quickly slips onto a local bus. Martin's phone rings again. As Will picks up the phone, the kidnapper tells him, "We need that briefcase. We know Martin is dead, but now you will give it to us." He threatens, "If you don't do this, we will kill your entire family." Will is terrified and quickly checks the call log. He finds the number of Diego, the man Martin was trying to contact. Will finds Diego's address and heads there. But as soon as he steps inside, he sees that a killer is already waiting for him. Will immediately fights him and finally kills the assassin. Then, a girl named Lucia appears in front of him and shoots Will. She thought Will had also come to kill him. Will tells her, "No, I'm just here to meet Diego. His life is in danger." Lucia replies, "He's my uncle. I know where he is." Lucia takes Will upstairs. Upstairs, Will discovers that Diego has already been killed. He then hears voices coming from the kitchen. Will goes inside and sees Carrick and her men. Carrick tells him, "We needed information from Diego, which he wasn't giving, so we had to kill him." She warns, "Now it's your family's turn. Give us that briefcase as soon as possible." Carrick starts trying to corner Will. But before she can, Lucia shows up and starts shooting at everyone. They are distracted, and Will runs away with Lucia. They run to the roof and slide down using a wire. The local people living there also help them escape, but Carrick's people are still right behind them. Lucia finds a scooter, jumps on, and speeds away with Will. All the bad guys are shooting wildly at them. A bullet hits Will, but Lucia somehow manages to escape with him. Lucia has many friends who live in the area. One of them takes Will to a friend who treats his bullet wound. The next morning, as soon as Will wakes up, Lucia checks his phone and finds a picture of Martin. She asks who the man is and why he has a picture with him. Will tells her, "He is my father, his name is Martin." Lucia looks completely stunned and says, "No, his name is Tom. He's my father, too." I don't know why you're calling him Martin. Will realizes that Lucia is his stepsister. His father married another woman. Lucia offers to help him, and Will tells her, I know the location the kidnapper called Martin from. Now I have to go there. Tell me how I can get there. They take the metro, and on the way, Lucia explains that Martin had an affair with her mother and tells him the whole story. Will tells Lucia, it can be extremely dangerous to go any further. I will go alone from here. I don't want them to hurt you. Lucia tells him the address of a club and says, I will meet you there. Whenever you come back, come to see me. Lucia leaves, and Will reaches the place where the kidnapper had called Martin. As soon as he gets there, Will meets a man named Zahir, who tells him to follow him. Will does, but after a short time, Zahir's men capture Will and tie him to a table. Zahir begins torturing Will, demanding to know where the briefcase is. He explains that Martin had the briefcase and the CIA wanted it. But Martin kept it because he believed there were traitors in the CIA who could use it to destroy the world. Zahir then reveals that Martin was killed, and now Carrick has the briefcase. He tells Will, I want that briefcase now. You have very little time. Bring that briefcase from Carrick as soon as possible and give it to me. Only then will I release your family. After saying this, they throw Will out onto the street. Will immediately goes to the club address Lucia gave him. But the guards won't let him in. Will fights the guard for a long time until they finally let him enter. He finds Lucia and explains the situation. He has to save his family and needs a plan. Lucia calls her friends and Will says, I will use my credit card, and Carrick will quickly find out where I am. He plans, when she comes for me, we will catch her and take the briefcase from her. Will uses his credit card at the club where all Lucia's friends are gathered. But Carrick doesn't show up. Instead, she sends her goons to attack them. Will and his crew fight back and manage to catch Carrick's best man. They start torturing him for information, asking where Carrick is. But the man genuinely knows nothing, and Will realizes torturing him is pointless. Will walks out and tells everyone, let him go. I know he will run straight to Carrick, and then we will follow him. Everyone agrees and lets the man go. He immediately runs to Carrick, and Will and Lucia's friends follow him. They arrive at a basement and realize a deal for the briefcase is about to happen. Carrick is selling it. Will slowly moves forward to get to Carrick while Lucia waits in the car. Suddenly, one of Zahir's men comes up and shoots Lucia. On the other side, Will has Zahir pinned and asks him where the briefcase is. Will says, I will give you the briefcase only when I know where my family is. Carrick overhears their conversation, and bullets start flying everywhere. Zahir's men shoot at them, and they shoot back. Will runs toward his car, kills the man who shot Lucia, and saves her life. Now, Carrick understands she's in danger. She grabs the briefcase and speeds away in her car, but Will is still right behind her. He needs that briefcase. Carrick keeps driving, and he follows her. Mid-chase, Carrick stops her car and starts shooting blindly at innocent civilians. She has no fear of anything, she just has to escape, no matter the cost. Will continues the pursuit, but his car loses control and flips over. Will is badly injured but tries to climb out. Because of the crash, Lucia is unconscious. Carrick walks up with a gun, but before she can kill Will, Zahir kills Carrick. He grabs the briefcase and speeds away with his men. But before running, he tells Will the location of his family. Carrick's body is left lying there. Will leaves the scene and races to his family's location. Everyone is safe, and Will is overwhelmed with happiness to see them. But just then, he meets a CIA officer. The officer tells Will that his father was one of their best officers and that he is proud of him. He informs him, now we have the briefcase. He then asks, I want you to work with the CIA. You have your father's spirit in you. Will says he will think about it. He then goes back to the hospital where Lucia is being treated for her injury. He tells Josh, she is our sister. Lori is sitting next to Lucia because she also found out that Lucia is now part of their family. Now all these people are going to live together. And with that, this film ends right here. So, friends, that brings today's video to a close. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and hit that subscribe button. Thank you.